Man United reach decision on selling Bruno Fernandes after all parties agree. Manchester United and Bruno Fernandes are singing from the same hymn sheet regarding a blockbuster exit, and the player's primary suitor, Al Hilal, are aware of their decision. Defeat in the Europa League final resigned Man United to their worst season in more than half a century. United could finish as low as 17th pending results on the final day, have failed to win a trophy, and will not participate in European football next season. Missing out on Champions League football will deprive the club of around £100 million in extra revenue. With United still determined to sign a raft of new players more suited to Ruben Amorim's 3-4-2-1 formation and tactical demands, difficult choices must be made. The Telegraph brought news of Man United hoping to generate £150 million from the sales of 4 major stars. £60 million of that target figure could come from Alejandro Garnacho, who will be the subject of an improved Napoli bid. Elsewhere, captain Bruno Fernandes, who is a dream target of Saudi Arabian side, Al Hilal, stressed he does not want to leave despite the club's continued struggles. June 14. There's no doubt that Al Hilal want Bruno Fernandes, declared Jacobs. He is one of their top targets. They've been trying for a few weeks and there is urgency on the Al Hilal side because they want to try and get Bruno Fernandes in time for the Club World Cup. He has been offered a non-binding 3-year contract. But there has been no approach to Manchester United, and United's position before and after the Europa League final is the same. They don't want to lose him. It's going to be difficult for Al Hilal, but they're going to be particularly ambitious and aggressive in the next 10 days because they want stars in time for the Club World Cup. As Jacobs alluded to, Man Utd's stance on Fernandes is they do not want to sell the player. That was backed up by Give Me Sport, who stated, Manchester United do not want to sell Fernandes due to seeing him as being integral to their project, according to GMS sources, and there is determination to resist the temptation to sanction his departure even if astronomical proposals are put on the table, as Al Hilal aim to wrap up a deal in the coming days. Another source, journalist Graham Bailey, has also weighed on the situation, and again, it's been insisted there is no appetite from Fernandes or Man United to part ways. As such, any and all Al Hilal offers that do arrive are expected to be rebuffed, irrespective of how lucrative they are. With Bruno, the understanding is that even as of last night, I am told, he accepts that the club can't sell him, no matter the offers that come in for him, Bailey told United in Focus. The Saudis are pushing really hard, and there is a big offer on the table, with Cristiano Ronaldo recommending him, and they will try this summer. However, even if Bruno was open to the Saudi move, I am told there is just absolutely no way that United can contemplate letting him out. Fernandes has been the brightest spark in what has otherwise been a season of doom and gloom at Old Trafford. The 30-year-old has bagged 38 goal contributions, 19 goals, 19 assists, and was named the Sir Matt Busby Player of the Year for a record equaling 4th time by United fans. David De Gea and Cristiano Ronaldo are the others to scoop the award on 4 separate occasions, and with Fernandes set to stay, they may well be surpassed by the Portuguese in the coming years. Ruben Amorim got confronted by very upset player in front of whole dressing room. Ruben Amorim was implored not to leave Sporting CP by his adoring players, having taken the decision to abandon the Portuguese champions to join Manchester United in the middle of the season. One of Ruben Amorim's former Sporting CP players vented his frustration towards the manager's decision to join Manchester United mid-season in front of the entire dressing room. Amorim made the bold call to leave Sporting in early November, while they were still top of the Portuguese league. In the midst of a title challenge off the back of winning Liga Portugal in 2023-24 and the hope of a successful Champions League campaign, the 40-year-old decided to take the vacant Red Devils job following Erik ten Hag's dismissal. Sporting endured a torrid run of form in the aftermath of Amorim's exit that ended their Champions League hopes and jeopardized their title charge. Yet, they recovered to seal their 3rd league triumph in 5 years last weekend. Now, Sporting's 25-year-old defensive midfielder, Morten Jolmand, has opened up about a brutally honest conversation he had with his former boss after he had announced his departure. Jolmand recently recalled expressing his bitter disappointment in front of his teammates and Amorim, though it didn't sway the manager's decision. Jolmand told Ebola, "We thought that Amorim would stay for the season and fight to also be a 2-time champion. Many players wanted to stay at Sporting with Ruben Amorim, because he is a great coach. When asked if he felt betrayed, the Dane said, "That's a very strong word. We feel disappointed with his departure. We were on a run of 11 consecutive wins, doing very well in the Champions League. Everything was very clear to everyone on the pitch. It was almost as if we were playing PlayStation. Everyone knew what they had to do." I told him in front of the other players that we were disappointed with his departure. We were counting on him to help us all fight for the second title. He himself said the same thing at the start of the season. But afterwards, I also told Ruben that we understood his decision. Amorim said after his United move was confirmed that he had only wanted to leave Sporting at the end of the current season, having already had plans to depart after the 2024-25 campaign. But he was informed that the deal put forward by United wouldn't still be on the table come May. The Portuguese said in November, "We started very well this season and then Manchester United came in for me. They paid above the amount set for my release clause and the president of Sporting CP defended the club's interests. I never argued about anything with the president regarding the negotiations. The only thing I asked during the process was that it take place at the end of the season. I spent 3 days asking for this, but I was told it wasn't possible. It was now or never, otherwise they would look for another option. I had 3 days to decide something that radically changes my life." Amorim continued, "I have to take steps forward in my career and it was harder for me than any other Sportingista to leave. I knew that if I rejected Manchester United, in 7 months' time I wouldn't have that option available, and I knew that at the end of the season I was going to leave Sporting CP. I could have felt a sense of regret that would be difficult to deal with. Between the disappointment of all Sportinguistas and taking risks in my career, or waiting for the end of the season and not having the only club that I wanted to join as an option, I had to decide. So I decided." It's unknown whether Amorim now regrets that decision nearly 7 months on, having endured a torrid first season at Old Trafford. Under the Portuguese, United have consistently set new records for lows as the head coach struggles to impart his philosophy at the already struggling club. United could finish this season in 17th place, 1 spot above relegation, in their worst Premier League campaign to date. And after losing the Europa League final in woeful fashion on Wednesday, Amorim has made it clear that he is open to leaving this summer if club bosses and fans decide he is the wrong man for the job. Ruben Amorim has less than £100 million to spend this summer. Manchester United back Amorim with near £100 budget despite final defeat. Board remains firm on long-term vision. Manchester United's hierarchy has maintained faith in Ruben Amorim following the Europa League final defeat to Tottenham, granting the Portuguese head coach a near £100 summer transfer budget as